What do you think maybe about authenticity in creatives? How do you stands out today?
Yeah, I think, I mean, especially today, because now overnight we just opened our eyes to a world of abundance of content. Like through tools, AI, we can produce hundreds of version um, of the same creative. Basically, you can add like endless, infinite hooks to the same content. However, we need to think about like our own unique product and our own unique story, because otherwise, like, imagine in a world like, everybody can have the same teeth, same nose, same facelift, like, who will stand out, who will be the one that you want to really look at, so and will make a meaning for you. So in that sense, you need to really go. You can have a flexible, don't get me wrong, you can do benchmarking, you can have a flexible kind of bubble of your production. That is, I don't know, the percentage depends to your genre, depends to your game, depends how old your game is, like, uh, you can decide on that. However, I think you need to invest in your core. And when I'm saying core, I mean your authentic concepts, your net new. And I think through these tools, there's an amazing opportunity in the market right now, because not everybody is spending, like, have the same production, money, or budget. So through actually these tools, you can scale your authenticity, and that will be kind of like a breakthrough, in the market, like people who can just spend mostly on their own unique vision and concepts are going to be the one who are standing out from the crowd.
Wow, amazing. It's no, it's really, you see it also with the new games that the you see this kind of, I don't want to call it copycats, but you just see people that are scaling the same thing and they're not focusing on the what is the new core idea, what is the new core concept. It's relevant, of course, very very to creative marketing, but also for all of the departments in game, which is very very interesting. And while you have the need, even especially now, like to be more authentic because you have more games, you have more
Mhm.
ads out there,
Absolutely.
and you have more competition.
Yes.
How do you keep up with authenticity while the demand from the UA, the rising CPIs, and everything? It's just a trend. How do you keep authenticity with high scale of production?
Exactly. So that's a bit of a chicken and egg, because obviously, um, the algorithm, it's a lot and faster. We have a very, very, greedy algorithm these days. So we need to produce more, but also we need to make sure that the creatives are healthy on the both end of the funnel. So yes, you need scale, but also you need retention. And guess what helps with retention? Authenticity. And I'm not talking about like use your own gameplay. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what's the story of your product, like why this world came to life at the very first place. And so it might be a narrative, it might be telling your own story, and try to make it scale in a way that it scales like any business as usual concept, right? Like how you can make sure that um, you're you're less attractive compared to a mini game, let's say, or a hook, or someone blowing a balloon, like, or a cat meowing, like how you are just going to um, tell a story when there's so many people who are just banging, and making lots of noise. It's just like you need to actually go and find what works for you on the UA side. And it might be a future, it might be, I don't know, an asset, it might be a character, and then build up from there. Build up from there. Use the same principles that you are using for UA, but do it in a very different manner that is unique to you. So, and this is how you may also scale, because when you start these things, you see you and also you test them, you need to test them fairly differently than your business as usual, because your business as usual might have a higher IPM, or like even ROAS, but then these kind of like core concepts that are only belonging to you, they might have less of these metrics. You need to work on them. You need to train them in a way that you need to kind of reimagine them in a way that will also work as good as UA, like business as usual concepts that you are doing for UA. And they are part of that funnel moving
Wow.
forward.
It's amazing. Actually, you're speaking more about like testing theses and new approaches all of the time to see what is actually working in the UA. And what is very, very interesting that you're saying that basically how do you exploit each direction that you're testing? Like once you're testing a new approach, new narrative, new thesis, how do you do it the right way in order to see if it fits the BAU? Because one of the biggest issues is creative testing. We can speak about it in a sec, but you can have some conclusion either pretty fast or unfortunately like after a long time that not necessarily be true. Like you can say, okay, this concept is working, but you see after 3 months you see this fatigue in the campaigns. Or you can say very, very fast because you have, A/B test, you can do stuff very, very fast. You can say, okay, this concept is not working for me.